morning. My name is Deacon Tim, and I'm coming to you on the 17th Sunday of Ordinary Time. We've gotten to the last half of the month of July, and the summer is now probably more than half over. That's not a good thought, I guess. And we're coming into the big month of August here shortly. Our gospel today is about the loaves and the fishes, written by St. John. But I chose the first reading, which is from the book of Kings, which is about the 20 barley loaves, which has the same theme, but it's a little bit different. So I thought that we might talk about that and talk about the message that it offers to us. I see that message as, number one, encouraging us to help others or to do the tasks that are in front of us, whether they're big or small. And the bigger they are, the harder sometimes it is for us to get started or to do the task or to think we can even do the task. And I think this reading today helps to encourage us to know that God is there to help us, that He helps us in everything we do if we ask for His help, especially in those hard tasks. And secondly, it's important to take action, to move out of our comfort zone and to do something, even if it's only a little small thing that we do, because small things added together, if everyone in this congregation, in our community of faith, did one little thing, imagine how big that impact would be on whatever task we undertook. So let's go ahead with our reading this morning. That's a reading from the second book of Kings. A man came from Baal-Shalisha, bringing to Elisha, the man of God, 20 barley loaves made from the first fruits and fresh grain in the ear. Elisha said, "Give it to the people to eat." Elisha. But his servant objected. "How can I set this before 100 people?" Elisha insisted, "Give it to the people to eat, for thus says the Lord, they shall eat, and there shall be some left over." And when they had eaten, there was some left over, as the Lord said. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. I think if I had to put a title on a little reflection today, I'd say, make the world a little better. We've all heard today's gospel story from St. John. It's the familiar story about the loaves and the fishes, where Jesus took a few fish and loaves of bread from a young boy, blessed the food, and gave it over to 5,000 people. There was nowhere near enough food for 5,000 people, but somehow they all had enough to eat, and there were baskets and baskets of food left over. Probably less familiar to us is the first reading today from the second book of Kings. We hear another story about feeding the hungry. A man brought 20 loaves of barley bread to the prophet Elisha. Elisha immediately asked that the bread be offered to the 100 people who were there present. Elisha's servant was concerned that there was not a food for everyone, but Elisha insisted. Elisha was doing the work of the Father, feeding the hungry. Elisha had confidence in God that there would be enough food for everyone. But Elisha's servant saw that there was certainly not enough for everyone. The servant was very practical and could easily determine that if everyone took a handful of bread, there might not be enough for 40 people, never mind 100 people. Elisha's faith in God gave Elisha the confidence that God would provide enough food, that he should go ahead and do this, that he should try to do it, even if, practically speaking, he knew he didn't have enough. He had faith that God would help him. So how do we react when we're faced with a daunting task, a huge task that seems too big, too much, too hard for us? Do we sometimes tell ourselves, Oh, I can't do that. Why should I even try? Oh my, I can't do that. Whether the book is too thick, or the reading assignment has too many pages, or that project is way too hard, or I can't do math, I'm not good at it, or I'll never make that team, so why should I even try out? Or, Dad, I can't mow the whole yard. Do we limit ourselves sometimes? Because, like the servant, we're looking at things with our human eyes, our practical minds. Do we exaggerate how big the task might be? There are way too many people to feed. Or we tell ourselves that what we do won't make any difference. These 20 loaves are no way near enough to feed everyone. So why should we even try? I think this reading tells us that when we're doing God's work, like feeding the hungry or helping someone who we think needs help, or doing our homework, or doing our chores at home, we can do much more than we realize. For example, when we save our nickels and dimes to put in our rice bowls, or make a donation to the monthly service project drive at our church, our gifts do much more than we think. God stretches our gifts to help others. How? How does he stretch our gifts? Let's think about that. First, we want to help because we understand that someone needs our help. That creates a kind of fellowship, a care and concern with that person or family. We call it a solidarity with that person, that family, those people. Second, when we do something, we say a prayer or we make a gift or a donation, we raise our concern to the level of action, a departure from our comfort zone. We do something. Our action step is a type of prayer, putting someone else ahead of ourselves. When we do that, we get God's involved. When we look outside of ourselves to help others, we're helping God help others. He's there to help us, to make the barley loaves of bread multiply. God multiplies our efforts. Often we'll never see the impact, the full impact our kindness has on others. Elisha didn't see when the loaves of bread multiplied, but he did see that everyone had something to eat. We can't see the impact that our own acts of kindness have on others, but we can hope and dream that our work with God's help make the world a little better place every day. There you go. There's a thought for today, for the week. God bless you. Have a good week and enjoy the summer. Bye-bye.